All right, thank you so much. This is the last video and the last session of the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month series. If you're joining us for the first time, this is session 10. It means that if this is the first video you're watching, we have session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Please do well to go and watch them. Today, we're going to be talking about the most interesting conversation you're going to be hearing in a long while, and that is the art of asking for help. Men struggle with this a lot. And now we're talking about how to redirect vulnerability and make it courageous. The art of asking for help. Let's go. Let's be honest for a moment here. I mean, we have always been honest, but let's up the game on our honesty. For many men, asking for help feels very uncomfortable, not because we don't need help, but because we have been taught that needing help means we have failed. People only ask for help when they can no longer help themselves. This is a narrative that goes out there. Before you ask for help, it means that it's over, like for you, like your strength has finished. You are at the end of yourself, and so now you can ask for help. But we have been taught that needing help actually means that we have failed. So we struggle quietly, we carry weights, we figure it out ourselves, and at least we try to, you know. But what if one of the strongest skills a man can develop is not carrying out everything alone? What if asking for help isn't weakness? What if it is wisdom? I'll tell you a story. There was this lady I dated at a certain time. I thought we were going to get married, um, but it didn't just work out. And so one day we had issues. She was really mad at me. And the reason she was mad at me was because she said, "You don't know how to receive help." Now, asking for help was not even the problem, it was to receive. I randomly buy things for her just as an expression of love. Like, I wasn't doing it to show that, oh, I love you or anything. It's just, I'm just that kind of person that if I'm talking with somebody frequently and I feel like, okay, I come across something that I think you need based on all our conversations and all of that, if I can afford it, I'll just do it. And, you know, and so over time, she learned that from me and tried to reciprocate it. And I wasn't really having it. Not because I was trying to form macho man or anything, but I'm not really used to people doing those kind of things for me, buying gifts for me randomly without an expectation. It's rarely happens. And so whenever someone tries to offer me a gift like that, the first thing that comes to my mind is, hey, Gene Kicho, what do you want? you know? But anyways, she just brought it to my understanding that you receiving something from somebody who cares about you, it does not have to do with the fact that you cannot provide it for yourself. And this is one thing I want to put out there. It does not mean that you can't provide it for yourself. If somebody is trying to do something for you, it doesn't mean that you can't do it for yourself. It could be an expression of love, it could be an expression of concern. That this person has seen the way you struggle and just decided to do this for you. And so, the first point I want to make here is that you cannot get through life alone. Even if you have everything figured out, you can't get through life alone. Please understand that you can't get through life alone, even if you have everything figured out. So every successful person you see there, they you admire, they have received help one way or the other. Some of your pastors come out and say it openly. When we had only 50 people, somebody walked up, they receive help. So don't put yourself in a position where you can't receive help. I mean, we have talked about how to create connections. Now you have created connections. We have talked about how to go for therapy. Now you have gone for therapy. We have talked about how to build relationships beyond the surface. Now you know how to build relationships beyond the surface. Now somebody has come to help you and you don't want to receive it. You don't know how to accept help. You see why this topic is very important. And so, anybody you are there admiring has received help from teachers, mentors, friends, families, coaches, colleagues, even from random people. And so, nobody reaches meaningful destinations entirely alone. Everybody needs help. Moses was going to be the deliverer of Israel, and he received help from many people, many people. All right. Yet, many men are told and they hold themselves to an impossible standard. They believe that they must have all the answers, solve all the problems, carry all the burdens, but life doesn't work that way. We all need somebody to lean on. We all need somebody to lean on. You can't do it all alone. Human beings were designed to depend on one another. That is why I always get angry when I see all this whole gender war. One of the reasons God created man and woman is for balance. Men can't do everything. There are things that women can do. No matter how fertile a man is, he cannot impregnate another man to bring children into this world. He cannot account totally for the continuity of life. No matter how fertile a woman is, she cannot claim to be the sole source of continuity of human life. And so it's not like you have to rest on people or depend on people completely, but allow people to meaningfully be part of your life. The second point I want to make is pride often disguises itself as strength. You know those things that people want to help you, but because you know that I don't want this person to be able to talk to me anyhow tomorrow. Make you no be like say that because say you just do small thing for me now, I don't call. You say don't worry. Yeah, don't mention. You know, it just sound like you are being humble, but all of inside your mind, you know, say, oh, this thing na pride why they try protect here. Me person don't follow me talking here tomorrow. So sometimes we don't even know that that strength we are trying to show is just pride. You see this house, I built it all alone. Nobody helped me. Nobody gave me 1 naira. That's why people boast about things like that. I'm a self-made man. That's why people say things like that, because they want to get to a point in life where they are not accountable to anybody. We don't ask questions because we want to look uninformed. We don't admit we are struggling because we don't want to appear vulnerable. We don't seek support because we don't want people to think less of us. But pride has an expensive price. It can cost you opportunities. It can cost you relationship. It can cost you growth. It can cost you peace of mind. Peace of mind. There's courage in saying, I need advice. I need support. I don't know what to do. And those words don't make you smaller. They make you wiser. And please, I also, in the spirit of this, I also want you to know that the fact that you ask, the fact that you bring down your pride and ask does not mean everybody you're asking must help you. Everybody you're asking must grant your request. There's also a place for no. There's also a place for I can't help you right now. Please, I just wanted to chip that in. All right. The third point I want to talk about is asking for help early is better than waiting too long. Men usually wait until the situation becomes overwhelming before reaching out for help. You know that situation you're going to be in, and even the person that wants to help you, they fear, say, oh, more. We cannot go put hand now. Maybe no go talk, say, somehow. Now, two of us follow. Do you understand? There's a stage somebody is at, and you're like, oh, more. It's really difficult to help you now, no? All right. Don't wait till the depth is unimaginable. Stress becomes unbearable. Relationship becomes damaged. Exhaustion becomes burnout before you now start seeking help. Seek it early. When it just they start. That time that the solution is just advice. Don't wait until the solution now requires court case, requires the other one, requires just now it's just advice that you need. Come out now and ask for help. All right. Imagine noticing a smoke in a building and then waiting for the flames before you start acting. That wouldn't make any form of sense. It's that time that the smoke is still coming out. Say, where is the smoke coming out from? And you quench it early. The destruction will be less. The effort you will need to take out that smoke will be less. Everything will be less. People that are needed to fight that smoke, less. But when it turns into an inferno, then you know that you have a problem. All right? The earlier we address challenges, the easier they often are to manage. Don't wait until life forces you to ask for help. Learn to ask before the situation becomes a crisis. All right? Please, thank you. Now let's have a little bit of reflection. Looking back, many of the biggest breakthroughs in my life didn't happen because I had all the answers. They happened because I learned from people. I asked questions. I sought guidance. I listened. I accepted support. And that's true for most of us. Growth accelerates when humility enters the room. You have to be humble. The people who seem strongest are often the people who know that they don't know everything. They don't have to know everything. You don't have to know everything. There are some decisions I've made in my life lately that involved me spreading out the things that need to be done, not trying to force myself to do everything, even if I can afford to do everything. The money you are working so hard to make, let that money go to work for you. Don't just do everything. You want to finish yourself with all the tasks. How will you move fast? How are you going to move fast? All right. This is a challenge I have for you. I want you to think about one area of your life right now. It could be your finances, it could be your career, it could be relationships, it could be your mental health, it could be spiritual life, it could be your personal growth. It could be anything. Just think about one area of your life. Now ask yourself, who could help me grow in this area of life? Who can help me grow in this area of life? Ask yourself that question. Now, this is what you do when you find the answer to that question. Reach out, send the message, make the call, ask the question, take the first step, reach out to that person. All right. So I'll pride to hold you back. I'll close this way. Over the past few videos, we've talked about marks, silent storms, friendships, pressure, transitions, mental health. And if there's one lesson that connects them all, it is this: you don't have to live life alone. You were never meant to. Strength is not carrying everything by yourself. Strength is knowing when to stand, when to learn, when to lean on others, and when to ask for help. The strongest men are not the ones who never need help. The strongest men are the ones who have the courage to seek for help. And so, if you have followed this Men's Awareness Month series, thank you. My hope for you is simple: that more men will have honest conversations, that more men will check on their friends, that more men will choose healing over hiding, and that every man watching this remembers you are more than your struggles. You are more than your mistakes. And you don't have to walk through life alone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Thank you so much once again. Do have a very successful masculine life ahead. My name remains Chuks Dozie, and I'm the host of this series. Bye.